going to talk about something in business schools. They'll talk about delegating if you're in management, how to go about it.
Right.
And it's a little different when you're managing your own business, personal like management of your work.
Right.
But also if you have a small company like me too, figuring that out.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the things is delegating. And it can be tricky.
Right. Sometimes we wish we had more people to delegate.
Yes. We like to delegate.
Right.
It's not a problem for us usually.
Yeah.
But figuring out, so let's talk a little bit about delegating things in your personal work,
Okay.
projects, kind of artistic business.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how do you go about, when you think about, okay, I have to manage my art and my business, how do you go about delegating different pieces?
So I'll admit, we call my mom my momager. She is awesome at helping me find auditions, and I used to try to resist her help because I'm like, no, I can take it to the post office. No, like I'll do that. But then she'd see it lay there, and so I give in. And she helps me out a lot in some ways, like if I'm mailing applications or doing some promoting work. She helps a lot with, where she lives, she'll take flyers out or things like that. So if I'm promoting a concert, she just, my momager, she's got my back. So I basically just have to be surrounded by people that know and love me and just want to help out.
I think that's one of the things I remember being in high school and someone saying, like, you need to let people help you. And I'm like, no!
Right.
But it's a really humbling realization that you can't do this work without people's help.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't. So I have people who come in and I feel bad sometimes, but I couldn't without friends or different people who step in and say, I'm going to help out with this piece. And it's a good experience of just sharing too, of letting people as part of the work that you're doing. Because you can't do it all.
Nope, we'll
Doesn't
try.
work. We'll try.
What about, you mentioned taxes?
Okay, so like anything to do with numbers, I just start to cry.
Numbers and paper.
Numbers and paper. And in high school, it would be like math classes, I cried every night. And I just couldn't get it. So when it comes to my taxes, I just see like blur. I can't even, no. Oh, it's super terrible. And so for me, it's worth it to pay someone to do it. And so I would rather work for a couple hours or pick up a job and pay someone because I know they'll do a good job and it saves me like mental and emotional stress.
It's worth it.
It's worth it. So finding things in your life that you just cannot do, find someone who can do it and just realize like I will never be good at taxes.
And I have never go to the post office.
So who's going to help me do this, right? Like, who's going to help me to do that?
Accountant, momager.
Yes, find somebody to do that. And delegating, like, there's other things that, maybe you're not good at, or you just realize, so you have to be really aware of yourself.
And
humble, yeah. And know what that,
I need help sometimes. I need help.
We need it. Yeah, come on. So when we think about Amiche and our business and delegating, so we've had to split up how we do things.
Right. Thank goodness.
Thankfully.
It's been wonderful.
So good.
Yay! We talk about all the time how she's really good at some things and I'm better at some things, and that's worked out. But the thing with delegation in a partnership or a business, like if she says she's got the website, I don't worry about it. I'm like, all right, you're going to update that, and then she'll just tell me when it's updated. I'm like, sweet, but you can't worry about it. You can't like hound the other person. It's got to be, it's trust, basically. Yeah. Delegation is trusting in who you're sending the work with.
Yeah, and that's why I think being cunning, being smart about who you surround yourself with too, and not in a bad way, but really knowing, is this someone who's trustworthy that I want to give them things, and then just let it go.
Right.
So she does all the money parts.
And
I'm like, I can't do that. Like, I know you're in charge. You don't have to tell them. Just do it and trust that it will get done. And we've also realized, to expand as a business, we're going to need outside help. And so finding people who say, okay, you're good at this, take it, run with it.
We've got some wonderful artists.
Yes.
Lindsay.
Lindsay, we love you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's helped with some artwork, and we're just like, this is an idea, run with it, and then she'll bring back something beautiful.
Yeah.
Whenever, in her time. So
Yeah.
it's great.
It's really great.
And with bigger projects, that kind of leads into projects. With the festival, we had to have people help us.
Yeah.
There's too much going on.
Way too much.
So if I say, hey Steve, can you go carry this over there and make sure it's all set up? And then I walk away because I'm maybe singing on stage. Like, you just can't worry about it. So like you were saying, you have to be smart about who you surround yourself with.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a theme. I feel like we talk about that all the time.
Yeah, and it can be hard because you may ask, like, how do I surround myself with good people? And I think it takes time.
I mean, it goes back to our networking.
Yeah.
Networking idea of its relationships. It's not just passing the business part.
No. Because no one wants to, like, sit there and have you say, like, this is what I do, blah, blah. We want human connections, and it took a long time for our business to start. It wasn't overnight that it came out of, and trusting someone and knowing we could work together, and that would happen. So looking for it, but letting it grow over time, I think is really good. And being willing to let go.
That's right. It's just saying, you let it grow, and then you can let it go. Is that a new Disney song?
I don't know. We just made up one. Yeah, so those are important things, because then I think you can prioritize the work that is important to you. So we say, okay, the important thing is performance. We want to get better as performers. How can we make sure that's still in focus? We're not wrapped up in all these other things that will take away from that. Yeah.
Hopefully this was helpful.
Yeah. So you can find us here on YouTube. You can subscribe so you get us weekly here.
The weekly dose.
I know. On Amiche. On Mondays. And then you can find us on Facebook and Twitter and on our website at amiche.org, and you can follow our journey, and you can see the people that we've surrounded ourselves with, and we love to hear about some of the people you're working with.
Absolutely.
Thank
Great.
you.
Bye.
Bye.
Super goofy.